I saw Dan Cook when I was younger. I saw him at Caroline's, and Gary Goldman was the feature, and Big J was the host.
Oh, wow.
The Boston Boys.
Oh.
We're recording, Jeff.
Are we recording?
I started
okay.
recording.
I'll start it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tough Questions Podcast. I'm your host, Jeff Sheen, with his co-host, Tim McLaughlin.
Hey, everybody. I hope you're having a great day.
Great job, Tim. Great
Thanks.
job. And today we're joined by guest Sean Donnelly.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, wow.
I like
It's
it.
so good to be here.
These are good moods in here now.
Yeah.
Last step, negative moods. Now we're moving on to positive.
No one was in a negative mood. You were being annoying.
You were all moody, and I didn't like it. Anyways.
Well, you know, Jeff's a sociopath.
Right.
Yes.
No,
I wanted to.
no.
There's a story I have about you. You're not a sociopath.
Oh, yeah?
But it was a very concerning story one time.
I'll
bring it up later.
It can't. We got
You
no
gotta
room
do
for
it.
stories. No room for stories on the podcast.
But I'm setting everything
budget
up.
Yeah, it's not allotted in the time slot.
I'm
So-
setting everything up in here, Donnelly. Jeff's singing songs about cramming shit in his ass or whatever. I'm like, listen, man, shut up for a minute. Just let me get this done. I wasn't in a bad mood. I'm like, you're just being in the way and annoying.
You're just making me work while
Yeah.
you
That's funny.
sing your limericks.
Yeah, Tim gets mad at me when I treat him like an employee.
Oh yeah, Jeff texted me like I was an employee as his employee, and I said, never speak to me like that again.
Well, me and Tim have blue collar vibes. You definitely have white privilege face.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yet he was grew up in the woods on a dirt road.
Yeah, so I had to put on this persona to get out of that trap.
You're faking it till you make it, Jeff.
Anyways, Sean, I don't know if you've seen the podcast clips or nothing, but
It's the jury's out. I don't know. I might have.
good, great.
There's
I love
a lot
that.
of content, Jeff. I can't keep up with all of
Hey,
it.
I love when you come in dark.
So short answer, no, but you never know. Maybe
right.
I saw it in my sleep. I leave my phone on all the time.
All right, good. So I'm gonna ask you a tough question, Sean, and I want real answers. You know,
Like just straight up answers.
straight up answers.
Okay.
Give me some real stuff. Don't be doing funny bits.
Yes, okay.
No funniness. Tim's the funny one.
I do all the funny stuff.
He's all the comedy.
That's a huge load off my shoulder.
Then at the end, I'm gonna rate you out of 10 on how well you did, based on
So
how
I get graded
feel.
on the.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
How I feel.
And I don't know. Are these all different topics?
I
Okay.
go all over the place.
Okay, great.
And if you get below a 5, no plugs. You can't plug nothing. You gotta go.
I actually love that. If you get below a 5, the episode doesn't come out.
Yeah, no plugs,
You
no
wasted
nothing.
an hour of your day.
Oh no, the episode will come out. No one will know what you're up to.
We won't
what
tag you or
got
plug
going.
anything for you.
Yeah.
This
Where
random-
to find you.
This random ship captain came in and answered some questions.
In fact, I
poorly.
might blur your face for the entire show. I don't know.
Yeah.
like it's on the news.
Yeah.
So let's see here. We got to start you off with some tough questions. Let's see here. What about this one? We'll start here. This is a good little place to start, I feel. Sean, I got to know. Our listeners got to know. We're dying. Everyone's got to hear this.
I need to know.
What do you wish you said to your dad when you were younger?
Holy shit.
You're a
You can go back in time.
you're a young little Shawnee boy.
Yeah, you're young Sean. Papa, you want to say this to him. What do you wish you could have said?
What I wish I could have said to him, having my life now, like having
Yeah.
my. I wish I could have told him what you wouldn't know it from this podcast. I would have told him I did for a living because he would have been blown away. He would have been so excited for me. But there's no. But now I'm rethinking that answer. Based off that question. I wish I could have told him that I'm okay and that I do this because comedy was a big thing with me and my dad. So yes, my real answer would have been like, hey, I get to be a professional comedian.
Oh,
And
Dad.
I think it would have really. He would have been really excited about it.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's the real answer.
Oh, that's great. Daddy,
Wow,
I'm a comedian.
Coming in hot over here. Remember I said I took back that sociopath thing? I'm putting it back on.
And your dad's like, "Oh, you're a comedian? Tell me something funny."
Tell me a
Wouldn't
joke.
that be the worst thing ever?
Yeah.
If I get to see my dead dad again and he's an annoying audience member?
Do you have any crowd work videos?
He's You know what would be funny if I was like, Dad, I get to be a comedian. He goes, have you heard of Matt Rife? We know him in heaven. We think heaven. We know him in heaven.
We love it. All right, you're telling him that you do comedy. He's proud. He loves it.
Yeah. Also, like I haven't asked myself that question every day for 20 some odd years.
Yep. I love it. We got you on here to squirm.
You went to 10 right away.
That's right. I don't like to start slow.
I love it.
Let's see here. That's good. You're telling Dad you do comedy. He's proud. What about this one? We're back in time still. Let's stay there. What's your most memorable Christmas?
Oh.
Most memorable Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
It was Christmas, and it's not going to make any sense because I'm from Long Island, but I got to open a present early, and I got a Celtics jacket. I got this like satin starter Celtics jacket.
What year? How old?
I think I was about 8 years old.
Oh,
So it was like 88. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 86 or maybe 87. And it was
86?
also, I think it was the same year we got my first dog.
We were born in 86.
I'm sure.
Yeah, we were.
We were birthed. Well, your best Christmas.
Next question. Have you had a colonoscopy?
Yeah.
So
Your white family was rooting for Larry Bird at the time?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, my dad was, but we were from Long Island. It was definitely an Irish connection, you know. But yeah, that was it. And I also think it was. I don't think we didn't get the dog for Christmas, but it was definitely all in the same time frame.
Okay, so you got the Celtics jacket and a dog?
And a dog around the same time.
Oh,
yeah.
what a Christmas.
Oh my
this
God!
was.
It'll make a wish kid.
Oh my God.
What would you like, little boy? To meet Larry Bird? No, I just want a jacket.
Jacket and a dog.
One windbreaker, please.
The dog's a way better hang.
The kid's dad's like, I could just buy him the windbreaker. I want the foundation to do it.
I need an opening line. Look, Larry, I got this jacket.
Yeah.
Wait, what kind of dog was it?
It was a mutt. We rescued her from North Shore Animal League because we're heroes.
Oh, great.
Before they were called rescues, you just adopted a dog.
You were a hero in the 80s.
Hero in the 80s, which is
Wow.
a big deal. And it was part German Shepherd, part lab. And her name was Ginger.
Oh.
And she had ears when she was a
Ginger.
puppy that were like these like big like deer ears that were like down, and then one day they went up and they never went back down.
Oh, I love that.
Adorable.
It's very cute when dogs do that.
Well, when the ears go up and stay
When
up.
the dog ears are so floppy, and then one day they're just up.
They're up, and that's
And
it.
they're just up.
That's what happened.
See, Birdie's ears, they flop over. They got halfway and they won't go all the way.
And Birdie's an adult now, adult dog. That's
Yeah.
cute too.
She can't get her ears up.
That's pretty
Rather embarrassing.
Yeah.
Birdie, step it up.
Yeah.
Jeff puts a little bonnet over her head as they walk around, so no one
Yeah.
in Bed-Stuy sees his fucking
Puts
fucked
one of
up dog.
those Orthodox Jewish wigs.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. All right, we'll soften it up. What would your
Also, I don't like just doctor vibes.
I
like
love
he's looking
it.
over a chart.
Yeah.
It really, really.
take notes.
Jeff thinks he's gonna sell this thing for thousands of
This
dollars.
is gonna be worth a lot of money.
All this is a historical. I feel like I'm getting. What do they call it in Scientology when you get like doxxed?
Oh,
when they film you.
audit or
audited.
something?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
then like I'm being audited. Yeah.
Yeah, we're auditing you for the look at all this juicy stuff we have on all these comedians. This is gonna be worth a lot of money. And then at the end, our Patreon, we go over your notes and we talk about you when you're not here.
At patreon.com/tough questions.
Yeah. Check out the debrief.
I love that.
Yeah, if you want to hear it, you gotta
If you
subscribe.
want to hear a shit talk Donnelly, but just subscribe to the Patreon.
All right, Sean. What would your last meal be?
Ooh, my last meal would be fried chicken. I love fried. Actually,
Fried
no, I'm sorry.
chicken.
You mean from a point in my life, or just a general meal?
Is your last? You get to pick your last.
Okay,
meal.
so there used to be a deli by my house. It's called John's Deli, and I would get a giant chicken cutlet hero from there, and a giant half lemonade, half iced tea from Manor Deli, which is another deli a couple blocks away.
Yeah,
and
two
then
delis.
And then two. I would go to two. Yeah, they could do it. It's my last meal, and then I would get a big bag of probably. I like these. They have these things called Ridgies. These potato chips called Ridgies. They're just basically Ruffles, but they're Wise's version of Ruffles. I would get that, and then I would probably have a Butterfinger for dessert.
Wow.
That would be my final. But there has to be this one particular chicken cutlet hero.
Okay.
Because
all
one of the
right.
best days of my life, I used to, when I was like 13, I used to fold. This is how old I am. How old timey. I used to fold newspapers for the stationery store. Yeah, because they used to have a thing on Sundays where they would have multiple sections of the newspaper. And I had a job where I would put all the sections together, and they paid me $20 back in like 91, whatever it was.
Wow.
And so after,
Donnelly, you don't get the sports section done. You're not walking out of here with your dimes.
So I one day, one of the best days of my life is I got my $20. I went across the street. I got that exact lunch basically, and then I spent the rest. And it was only $5. That's how long ago it was. That sounds so old. And the rest of the day I played Street Fighter. I got a bunch of quarters, and I played like old school like arcade Street Fighter. I blew the whole 20 in about, I would say, 3 hours.
Yeah. So
That's
your last
sick.
meal. You're
It was the
trying to-
best, dude. It was the best. Nothing's been better.
Oh, trying to relive that time of your life as
Oh
your
my
last
God. If you
meal.
could give me that day again, that
Yeah.
would be a true last meal.
Folding newspapers.
Fold the newspapers at 6 in the morning, get out at 12 and do all that.
Wow. Out of all the meals you could choose, you go with what about $5 of food?
$5, but it was like it represents happiness.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? I was
yeah.
the most happy at that moment.
Oh, so food takes you places.
Oh sure. Yeah, have you seen
what
my
are you?
body type?
Are you a guy who's never lived life? A man who doesn't understand
Yeah.
that taste and smell bring people back to a different time?
Doesn't do it for me.
Because you eat your gerbil pellets or whatever.
Food is just fuel to keep me moving.
He's got like just Soylent Green at his house.
Yeah.
It's just-
I could eat the same thing every day.
He just makes a mix that's made up of people's hopes and dreams turned
Wow.
into a green substance.
So wait, you guys eat food? You take a bite of like a turkey leg, and you're just like, oh, I'm back. I'm 14 again.
No, you're not tripping over food, but there's definitely
What do you-
moments of your life that you like. Dude, the holidays are based off of it.
What don't you
Thanksgiving-
understand about being alive? This is crazy. What are you, like a robot?
You just eat and then you move on.
Yeah, but you've never had something that reminds you of something else?
No,
Really?
I don't think so.
You're like Carson. Johnny Carson
Uh-huh.
he didn't care for food.
yeah. I'm the same way.
Yeah, except
Yeah.
no talent.
Yeah. No, I'm like Carson. Hold on.
The great car hack.
All right, whatever. You guys are eating your memories. Not me. Me and Carson, we eat to work.
It's just fuel.
Yeah, just fuel to write my questions.
Carson had a job. Jeff eats to work and then goes and takes a nap at his house.
Yeah, I guess. What is this? I don't like where this is headed. We're moving on. Next question. All right, you brought it up, being older. So, Sean, I want to know, what are the perks of being older in this youth and tech-driven marketplace?
Well,
Think about that. Huh?
well, the perks are. I've turned into a zaddy. No, I'm kidding.
That's right. He's giving
I'm
Zaddy.
giving
He's
zaddy.
so zaddy.
No, I just think that you don't give a shit. Here's the thing. I'd like to give the answer that you don't give a shit as much. Like I'll even stuff that comes up on my phone, I'll be like, I don't care about this. Like I would have when I was like 25 years old. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is you kind of have, because of how the show business is at this point, you kind of have to care about the online stuff and what happens. But you do. I have way more moments of not giving a shit. So is that an answer? Good an answer?
Oh, I see. Okay, so you don't care as much.
About what people think about you as much, even though we all do comedy and we think about it all constantly.
Right.
I'm way more comfortable in my own skin than I was when 28. I started comedy at 28. I way more comfortable in my own skin. That's the short answer.
Oh, okay.
So you would say that the Reddit, like if you posted a clip on Reddit and people were telling you how to do comedy and like giving you little critiques, it wouldn't bother you as much as it bothers like me and Jeff?
I probably
Because I want to kill all of them all the time.
What I do now, all comments. What I've tried to do is when it comes to putting stuff online, I go, well, you're competing with every other, like it's not stand up anymore the minute it goes online. So if I convince myself of that, I don't feel bad about the comments. These are all people that would never walk into a comedy show. Who gives a fuck?
That's true.
Yeah.
What are your comments? You get nice comments?
I got both. I get a lot of bad.
Zaddy. Look at Zaddy go.
I get a lot of bears comment, like gay bears.
Oh, yeah?
And they go, one time they wrote, I did get offended at this. One guy wrote woof, and I thought he meant like woof, that's rough. But that's a thing they say to each other when they find you attractive.
Oh, woof is good.
Woof is
wow.
good. Yeah.
Oh.
So believe me, I still get affected by
Yeah.
it, but I try to just go, and I respond with an over the top like, oh, thank you, baby cakes. Whatever.
What were you
whatever.
talking about it at the cellar? And Mateo was like, "No, Sean, the gays find you attractive."
I think I was actually. I think you might have been the one that told me. Well, certain gays, the ones that look exactly like you. But yeah, so I probably don't care as much as you guys care, but you still care, but you care less than I would have.
Okay, yeah. We care a lot, and then you're just out here just being a calm zaddy. I love that.
I wouldn't
for
call
you.
it calm, but I would call it better than I was,
Oh.
which was really, really, really in my head.
Woof. Woof is good.
Wolf is good.
Wolf is bad.
I've been saying Wolf is bad. Well, apparently Wolf is good.
Oh, but Wolf is good. Yeah.
In that realm, Wolf is good. But
Like
I thought
a
it was
Sam,
bad.
like a Sam Morrison type would say "woof" to you because Sam likes old bear guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it would be. It's only in
Oh.
that world, I think. But you're right.
Woof,
Oof.
woof.
It's almost like a more creative oof. Like if you go oof, that joke was bad.
Yeah, woof.
I put up a joke that I know is good on Reddit, and some guy was like, no, on YouTube, and the guy was like, oh my god, this is so bad, and I was like, this is objectively good. You're wrong. You're wrong. like I know. I've been in this a while. I know when I posted tons of bad clips. I know what it is.
Yeah.
You have like a joke that gets a laugh 99% of the time, and someone online is like, "Actually, this is terrible," and you're like, "Oh no, this is one of my better jokes. I should probably quit."
This is my mountaintop.
Yeah.
Yeah, these commenters. I just got compared to Richard Pryor, so
Oh yeah.
no big deal. I dropped a camping bit, which is fine.
Said
Someone's
the
like,
N-word a lot.
yeah. They're like, I haven't heard as good of a camping bit since Pryor.
You know, that was 60 years ago.
I'm Richard Pryor.
That person, they can't even say Chappelle. Like, they don't even have a more updated, famous black comic.
I'm on the Mount Rushmore. Carlin, me, Pryor, Dane Cook. Anyways, let's see here. Okay. What about this one? I know you got a temper. All right.
I've been going to therapy for a while.
Have you?
Yeah.
Someone's going to therapy for the
For
temper.
like years and years. Yeah.
What is the most trouble that temper's gotten you into?
Oh, punched in the face.
You've gotten punched?
I got slapped recently in the face at a bar in the Rockaways.
You got slapped at the Rockaways?
Yeah,
Damn.
I was at Connolly's in the Rockaways, and I think I was drunk, and some guy was reading a book and joking. It was my fault. I was joking around, and I grabbed the book, like, "What are you reading?" like that, and immediately the guy just open-handed slapped me. But I didn't get knocked down, and I did that raging bull, like I was like, "You didn't knock me down, right?" I did that line, like I was like. Just standing there like, do it again, go ahead. Like he slapped me twice, and then I got kicked out of the bar.
You got kicked out.
Me and my girlfriend had to leave. Yeah, it was a bad scene. So yeah, that's my bad. But on my temper, that was just me being an idiot and trying to be silly when I was drunk.
That's not temper.
I almost got killed. It's always drinking and it's always fights. I almost got like jumped by like 10 guys once, and it wasn't because of me. It was because of a friend. And actually, anger got me out of it because they were like kind of coming out of the bar. My friend took off because my friend poured a beer on some girl. This is like when I'm in my 20s, right?
Oh, okay,
some
all right.
girl was like an asshole to him or something, and he pulled some shit where he put beer on her, and then I was like, oh shit, and I kind of went my own way, and I started to get like surrounded. The short version is they just came out of everywhere, and they were like, your friend left you, that sucks, and they're like calling their friends to come like kill me, and then I was like, the only way to get out of this is if I bug out, and I just freaked out. I was like, what do you want me to do? I didn't do shit. What do you want me to do? And I just fucking lost my mind, and they were like, no, we're just saying like whatever, and then they kind of sobered up a little bit, and I was like, all right, well, good luck, and I just walked away.
All right, good luck.
Good luck.
I go, good luck finding him. I just pretended I didn't know my friend.
You just out crazied them.
So mad, a temper can get you out of things too. But
Right.
It mostly gets you hit or some sort.
Yeah. Wait, what was the most trouble your temper got you into?
The most,
Yeah.
it's always getting
Just a fight?
It's always a fight. Yeah, that's the most. I think any times there's violence, I think a fight would do it.
Getting into fights around New York. Rockaway still
But
getting slapped. Unbelievable.
That is funny though, just grabbing a guy's book.
Grabbing books.
He's reading a book at a bar. Come on, you got to.
I love that he slapped you.
I wasn't even mean. I was like, "What are you reading?" I just grabbed it.
Yeah, also, people who read books at bars are like putting out the vibe for a chick to be like, oh, are you a guy that reads a book?
Yeah.
Shut up.
You're so studious.
Yeah.
Shut up, fucking idiot.
Well, leave him alone or they'll slap you.
Hey, guess where there's quiet and booze? Your house. Read your book at your house, you loser.
Exactly. That's my point exactly.
Yeah.
Tim.
You guys are the same. I'm with this slap guy.
Yeah, of course you are.
I'll be next to him with my book, good slap.
I'm gonna bring my encyclopedia. It's an Irish bar.
I should have gotten slapped for this. I was in the finals of the Cleveland Comedy Festival.
Yeah.
And I walked into the green room. Everyone's in there working on their little notebooks. And I just started smacking their notebooks out of their hand, being like, "Whoa, you got to work on your little jokes, you losers." And I just
Bullying an entire group of comedians.
Yeah.
And nobody came up and tried to fight you?
and they thought it was funny.
Yeah. But you went too far.
I got my comeuppance because I went up last.
Yeah.
And the guy, before he brought me up, he goes, "Okay, I'd like to thank the sponsors." Name the sponsors. Then named, I'm not kidding, 15 volunteers. And then he goes, "Are you guys ready for your final comedian?" And brought me up. And brother, I bombed.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And people were murdering on this show. And Chaboy bombed. I go, I'm going to fucking kill myself. And one person in the audience started clapping.
That's what you get.
Yeah.
You should have wrote down your notebook and got
I'm
prepared.
sorry. Unalive myself.
Yeah, unalived.
I got chased out of a show once. I got mad because this dude, the guy was an asshole. This is years ago. And I was at a place called Jack Dempsey's, and they had like you can go down the stairs. It's on like 33rd Street. It's not far from here. And you can go down the stairs, or you can go like around the restaurant. So there's two things, right? And this dude, I'm on stage doing my set, and this dude's just yelling out United States Marine Corps. This is like 2008 or something like that, right?
Okay.
So, United States Marine Corps.
Hoorah.
United States Marine Corps. Like Iraq was still going on, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I go, and he's just loaded, this guy. And I'm like, "Were you in the Marines, sir? Is that why?" "Yeah." And he's yelling stuff out. And I go, were you in Iraq? And he goes, "Yeah." And I was so upset. I was trying to be mean. I go, "Were you this drunk over there? Is that why we're losing?"
Oh, no.
And he chased
And
you
half
out?
the crowd cheered. Half the crowd laughed. Half the crowd was like, "No." And he got up and he chased me up the backstairs.
You ran away.
I ran away like Bugs Bunny.
Why we're losing. Oh, God. Yep, this temper of yours. All right.
Well, I'm better now. I'm an old man now. I'm,
All right.
I'm way more tepid.
Calming down. Well, let's see here. What about this question then? Recently, you snapped at Wilfred Padua. We gotta know why.
I snapped at Wilfred Padua. Because Wilfred Padua called me dumb. Also, Wilfred Padua is fucking autistic. And if you know this kid?
Yeah, I hang out with him all the time.
There's no way you haven't snapped at this fucking kid.
Here's
Are you
the-
kidding me? You're sitting here with Tim, and you're on my case, and there's no way he hasn't said something stupid. And Wilfred's a nice guy, but he's a terrible fucking hang. I don't know how you hang out with this fucking kid. He's a terrible... Fuck you. If you're going to ask me this question, I'll tell you what I did. You fucking piece of shit. If you want to talk shit, your friend's an idiot. He doesn't know how to bust balls. He bombed on the fucking show. He bombed and gave me shit and called me dumb. And I'm like, "You didn't do your job. You stink at this." Fuck that.
He did say to me the other day, he goes, I tell people you're like the funniest guy that hasn't figured out stand-up comedy.
That's what I mean. That's an autistic statement. And he's a sweet guy, but it's like, brother, like, if you don't think a guy like me is going to fucking... You called me dumb 4 times in a row after I did better on you on a show in Brooklyn. You're fucking people, and you ate your dick. Fuck off. I don't... Send it to him directly. I don't give a fuck. Go ahead. That's just a fact. It's true. Ask him. He did. And also, and you're not saying this. I apologize for yelling at him. I did apologize. You're such a fucking robot. It's crazy. You're such a robot. You did this on purpose. This is why I'm here.
I don't know what you're talking
Because
about.
your friend was shitty to me, and I told him how it was.
Can't
but
bust balls.
I can't,
Write that down here.
He can't bust balls. He did the same thing to him. You're the funniest guy who hasn't figured out comedy. Nobody. You think Wilfred's figured out comedy? Has he figured it out? That's a really. This is the thing, man. You don't go after. Going after somebody's. That's basically going after somebody's act or whatever. And then he's like, "Oh, you know, you're like a dumb guy." And I'm like, "I know I'm dumb. I call myself dumb all the time. You don't get to call me dumb, especially multiple times in a row." I let it go like 3 times, and he wouldn't stop saying it in different ways. And I was like, I forgot what I even said to him. What did I say to him? You don't even know, do you?
No, I don't remember.
Probably.
Were you there?
No, I wasn't even there.
It was probably.
Who told you?
You went, I think Sean's mad at me.
When was that? Because this is so long ago. Yeah. I apologized that night.
There you go, Wilfred.
I like
Here's your
Wilfred.
answer.
I bet it was similar. I bet it was similar to what was just yelled in this very room.
It was. It probably was. Because like this is what I mean. Like Tim, I get, and like it's one of these things where like you really like that story I have about you. You are psychotic. You are definitely psychotic. And the fact of the matter is, you're bringing shit up from like shows where I even apologize. Like have you never? Just because you're gonna end up murdering somebody one day, I get my emotions out. Just because you're gonna end up poisoning somebody slowly in your
Jeff's
kitchen.
not strong enough to murder anyone.
No,
He'd
I'm
have
saying,
to poison
no.
them. Because
He'll
if
do
he
the
shoots
thing-
a gun, it'll break his wrist.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about
that's
that.
strong
Jeff's
list.
gonna Havana syndrome somebody where he fucking pumps audio waves into their apartment because it's the most passive aggressive way to do something.
Wait, is that the thing they did in Cuba?
Yeah. Where people were getting sick and they thought it was like the Russians or it was American diplomats that were getting sick.
Who was doing it?
They don't know. They don't know if it was China or if it was Russia, or they think it was like this like nefarious thing that was, but they couldn't prove it. And it happened multiple places.
Can you download this song? It's just on iTunes.
It's every MGMT song.
I love MGMT.
It's airplanes. But here, for the record, I like Wilfred. I'm like half kidding when I freak out like that, but it's one of those things where it's like he was wrong. He was wrong. I wasn't wrong. I freaked out, but it's like he should freak out. If somebody does to him, you should freak out. Like I would never be rude to Wilfred, but he's like he might be part autistic. And it's fine.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm sure we all are.
If he's saying shit like that, to me. It's like, dude, know your role.
I didn't even get mad at him. I just in my head I go, huh? What an odd thing to say.
It is an odd thing to say, especially with somebody. It's like you're all in this together. So it's one of these things where it's like, fuck you. It's like, how many things would you want to say to Wilfred about his general persona?
I let it go. I let it go.
Oh, sure you did, Tim. Right.
Yeah, we're all calm over here.
Right. You guys are all, you guys have reached nirvana.
Yeah,
You're
we're
like, sure.
cool Zen guys.
Fuck off.
Oh, I love this one. This is a good app. Let's see here. All right, what about this one? This is more general, Sean. We got to know, listeners got to know, what are you not ready for?
I'm not ready for questions about beefs I had 2 years ago in the middle of the bowling alley that I apologized for the night of, and I got called out on sober on a fucking podcast.
The bowling alley I manage, by the way.
Here you go.
Don't plug your day job.
Good job.
Just letting everybody
Do you
know.
still manage the gunner?
They asked me
Well,
if
so
I wanted.
it's his fault. He should have broken it up when it got too.
I don't
should've.
manage Wednesdays. We got to blame
What
Sarah
am I
for that
not
one.
ready for? Retirement.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no way.
Retirement.
Oh my god.
You gonna keep going like Don Rickles till you're like 95?
What, stand up?
Yeah.
Not if I have my way. I think that and it wouldn't be Don Rickles. Don Rickles, it would be like, I don't know.
No, but I mean, he kept performing till he was like till he died.
I see myself getting to 50 something and then just go getting a bartending job because it's the saddest thing you can do is like if you're the middle class of comedy and you're on the East Coast, it's like I'm not doing Italian restaurants and I need the $300 when I'm like 60 years old. It's not happening. I'll just go do something else. It's not worth the headache.
Well, if I'm still managing,
Believe me, I've done a lot in this. I've had a lot of fun. But fuck that. Those are the saddest dudes in the fucking business.
if I'm still managing the bowling alley, you can come on over there.
Thanks so much. And bowl or work?
Yeah, both. Sometimes it's so dead we get to do both.
Be bartending, cleaning the glasses. No reading aloud in my bar.
Get your book out of here, nerd.
And the saddest part about that statement is that 60 is that close where you might still be working. We're not that far off here.
Let's see. Oh, what about this one? When was the last time you danced?
Last time
Oh.
I danced a little bit on the way here on the side. I was like,
You were dancing on the way
A
here?
little bit of like a white guy shimmy on the way here a little bit. So I don't know if that counts.
A train dance?
Like, no, like, yeah, I'm waiting for the train as it's coming in. I did a little
Oh.
bit of an Irish jig. Yeah,
What were
yeah.
you listening to?
Yeah, on the way here,
It was
dancing.
some R&B song that I can't remember what it was. Some back in the day.
Yeah.
Nice.
How did dancing make you feel?
It makes you feel good, especially when you're annoyed. Like I get freaked out about getting on time places, so it relaxes me a little bit. But I don't do that often.
Oh, do
It's
you?
a 2-second thing.
We're also on time, guys.
Yeah.
you?
I get very anxious if I'm not on time.
So do I. We're a rare breed.
Yeah,
Most
really
people
are.
Even if it's like incrementally, most people are late
All
for
the time.
everything. Yeah,
With
yeah.
this thing, that's like, I was like, of course, Sagalo was like, I'm 15 late. And that's why I was like,
Well, Jeff
Yeah.
booked Sagalo for noon and you for 1. I go, you got to give people breathing room because someone's going to be late, and then you don't want the other person waiting, and just like everyone will be late, and then you were on time and you had to wait.
yeah,
Right.
I assumed you'd be a late guy.
Which is fine. No. And the other thing is, it's funny. Our exchange on Instagram was I go, hey man, I go, I'm gonna leave my house. It said 40 minutes. I'm leaving my house at 12:30. You should give me plenty of time to get there. And you were like, yeah, dude, leave whenever you're gonna leave. Like, and I was like, he's like, you're right. It's like just get here on time. Because I'm usually that. What happens? I was like in a rush, and I was like, oh, I'm just letting you know. Here's my updates. And then I was on the platform, and I still was like, I'm waiting for the train. It says delayed. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
I don't know
it
if you
was.
saw
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yes,
I saw that, yeah.
So
It
I'm better than I was. Like I'm more realistic. I used to be 3 hours early for a flight guy. I was
Really?
for domestic. I used to be crazy. I'm better than I
Holy.
was, but I'm still an on time guy.
I'm at
to the-
2 hours early now, but I also go to the lounge, the Delta Lounge.
Oh, yeah.
So I go in there and have my free things and try to live it up as much as possible before I get on the flight.
I do a thing where even if I try to be late, 9 times out of 10, I'll just end up there exactly on time.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Wow, 3 hours early for a flight.
This is a long time ago. When I started going, like flying around for comedy, that went away pretty quick. 'Cause then
Oh,
you
okay.
My
realize-
mom is still at 3 hours early for a flight person because she gets really nervous.
'cause when you don't fly much, you think it's like a thing.
Even in the Indianapolis airport, where it takes
so quick.
at most 40 minutes to get through security.
It's so streamlined, that place.
Yeah.
Let's see. How much love was in your childhood home?
Oh, 1,000%.
Oh, a lot of
A lot of yelling as well, but a lot of love.
the Irish way.
Irish way. Yep.
But yes, tons of love. Yeah, as much love as could be possible.
Oh, overflowing with
Overflowing.
love. Oh gosh, the
cup
Irish.
runneth overeth. With
You're very
love.
Irish, Donnelly. Did you see the movie The Banshees of Inisherin?
Yes, I did.
Did you like it?
I thought it was interesting. It wasn't my favorite thing ever. What I hate to say is that I think I might like Three Billboards better than Banshees.
Oh.
Banshees. I did like Banshees. I did like it. Yes or no? Yes, I liked it.
Oh, okay.
Why did you not like it?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I
Really?
thought it was great.
Fell asleep.
Did you really? It was. What do they call it? An analogy or allegory? Allegory. It's an allegory for northern the England and Ireland situation.
Oh, is that what it? Oh,
And so that's why they're when they're watching what's going on over there. It's supposed to be all that stuff.
Oh,
I also
okay.
thought it was the most Irish thing that's ever been made. Just a man who would rather cut his hand off than deal with his emotions with another person.
Yeah, it's very Irish.
100%. Yeah.
I'm pro England. I'm an English guy.
That might be why you don't like it.
Yeah. What was your worst job?
My worst job.
In the history of jobs.
Yeah.
I worked at a. I'm trying to think. I worked at very briefly. I worked at it was an agency. This is years ago. An agency for everybody except for models within the modeling business. It was called Merrick and Milenkowitz. I don't think it's even around anymore. And the guy.
Wait, you were a modeling agent?
No, I worked in the accounting department. No, it was like while I was going to school. It was a long time ago.
His classes.
But I lasted I'm not a math guy. I just got the job. And 2 weeks in, I was like, I can't do this fucking thing. But the guy, he hated me. Everybody, it was very, very, very weird. Everybody did not like me. The guy hated me. This guy was a very fancy, fashionista guy. And he would see me. And he'd be like, I would go overboard. I go, hey, Marek, how are you? And he'd go, hello, Sean. Like it was like my arch nemesis. So it was very uncomfortable the whole time I was there. And then I also worked at a place called JWT, and my boss there hated my guts as well. I've lost multiple jobs. It's a matter of
A lot of bosses don't like
ADD is
it.
a hell of a thing.
Dude, I was working at Calvin Klein with Irene, and I made 2. So we had 3 gay bosses. I made 2 of the gay bosses mad because I complimented one of the gay bosses. Because I told him, you remember when that Andrew Cunanan thing, that FX show?
killed, Versace?
So the FX show, the guy who played Andrew Cunanan was like this hot guy that was ripped. So I told one of my bosses, I was like, you look like the guy who plays Andrew Cunanan. And they were like, he doesn't look like that. I go, he looks exactly like that. He's a fucking hot guy like that guy. They were like, are we as hot as that? I was like, oh, God, no. And they were
Oh, what are you
These
doing?
the bosses.
What are you up to?
well, don't ask.
Don't ask. Don't ask the question.
Yeah. And they also wouldn't let me be a fat model. They kept asking if I could be a fat model, and they said no.
They're like, no. They're like, no. Why would you ask that? It's like,
They're like, they still need to be beautiful.
God.
also, they've never in the history of their job called it the fat model.
Oh, yeah. And that's the other thing. I go, you guys got fat models? He's like, yeah, we have plus size models.
I'm surprised a literal record didn't skip when you said that.
Let's see. Oh, all right, Sean. What worries you about the future, and what are you hopeful for?
I'm worries me about the future is, well, you mean as far as comedy goes or just in general?
Whatever you want.
I think the AI thing is kind of like an online buzz thing, but I think it also, from what it seems like, it could be a problem for like unemployment and stuff like
You're
that.
worried about AI.
I think what's going to end up happening, they're going to use it so much for employment and making things easier and convenient that the fallout is going to be like mass layoffs and which already is happening.
Oh,
So I think as far as like when you're going to be living like this like dystopia of people who are like, yeah, the machines, even if they're not like, it's not like T2, but they're just going to be doing the jobs where there's tons of poverty because they're not. And in the future, if you have the climate thing and that mixed together, it just becomes an apocalyptic movie.
All right.
I think there's a chance that it's going to hit people's employment way harder. Like I think we're not counting on the greed of people to use it way more than they.
If I had AI.
You would.
I mean, the writers and the
you would get rid of all stand-ups.
I mean, the writers and the actors are doing it right now, trying to get it so they can't use AI at all.
Right,
Yeah.
which I actually agree with. And the thing that one of the most disturbing things is like you ever flip through your videos on your phone and they're like, it's Van Morrison singing "Baby Got Back," and you're like, "Fuck you! Don't do this." You're right. The guy's dead. He's not dead, but it's like, or whatever. It's like Frank Sinatra singing "Where My Girl's At" or something like that. It's like they'll do like the mix-ups, and you're like,
Yeah.
that's fucked up. Like there's
love
no, and I'm not, So I think that could be a problem. I'm most hopeful. Like I've changed my my goals as far as like this stuff goes, like comedy stuff goes. I'm most hopeful that I become like a better comic. I think that's the thing. I don't want to be. Now it's like more like it used to be. I think when it was more linear. I think it was like, oh, if you get X, Y, and Z, that's the milestone. Whatever it is. I think now I'm just like, hey, I want to be the best version of whatever I am. Who knows if it'll happen? But I'm most hopeful for it.
So you want to be a better comic in a dystopian AI
world.
future.
It's not going to be a mic. It's going to be a dog skull I'm talking into. Yeah.
You're just on a wooden crate in a homeless camp, crushing. He's crushing.
Live stand-up survives like
Who's
cockroaches.
dumb now?
Cockroaches and open mics.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, man, Sean was one of the best comics. Too bad none of us can eat.
Yeah, you have an audience of one person, but they have 8 heads. It's all radioactive.
What a wonderful future you want us to have.
It's brutal.
I don't know. AI, I welcome AI.
Oh, jeez.
You
Come
welcome
on
all
in.
of what it does?
I welcome it. I just want to be a CEO of a studio.
What the fuck?
I'm with the studios.
Studio head.
Yeah, I want to be one of the studio heads. Is love infinite? Why or why not?
What the fuck? No, I haven't had a real take on a question, but what the hell? In all the episodes, this is the most insane question you've ever asked.
Is love infinite?
Meaning, is it a constant? Meaning that does it exist? Or does it, I mean, is it just, meaning, what do you mean? In the
He
universe?
means, is it infinite?
Yeah, it's infinite.
Answer the motherfucking question.
Yeah. Give us your answer.
Yes, I think it's always going to exist. Oh. Is it? Well, not in this general area. Not in this black hole of just a personification of a magnetic troll.
Jesus.
I think the emotion of love is infinite. It will exist always.
Oh, love will always exist. Why do you believe that?
Because it has for how long? You don't think it's always? You think it was invented what 1963?
Who knows?
What do you think? Who thinks Richard Simmons? You think he brought love into the? It's always been around.
Always been around. Oh, what a world you live in. I love this for you.
Imagine the AI if he did AI like almost like the graphics they do online of what was inside. It would just be.
It's like a pedophile AI.
We can't use that clip. That's too much.
Went too close to home.
Yeah, there's too many pedophile clips.
There are a lot.
He calls you a pedophile once an episode.
I did it last week.
All right.
Yes, love will always exist.
Love will always
despite
exist.
the Mr. Wilfred Padua situation. I have love for Wilfred.
That was a good question.
That's how I know it'll exist. I have love for him. I do.
Still loves Will. He still loves you, Wilfred. If you're watching,
We all love you, Wilfred.
we all love
But
you.
a half hour later, I was like fine with it. It's just you know what I'm doing.
You gotta yell at
Do you
someone
not do that?
sometimes.
Do you not do that at all?
Oh, I do it all the
Right,
time.
exactly.
I did it to Jeff earlier today.
What? Yell at me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
About what?
I
Did you
don't
already
know.
talk about it?
I was
No.
thinking about poop, wasn't I?
You were singing about.
Oh,
it was
the
me-
butt stuff.
Yeah, and also Jeff will just push your buttons, and then you just gotta yell at him.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
Yelling is attention. So
But also
it
sometimes
counts.
We know what else is attention? Trolling your friends. Just asking uncomfortable questions is also like, ooh, look what I'm doing.
No,
Yeah.
no.
But you also-
I'm controlling what's going on.
I would ask questions like that.
Yeah, right, sure.
But
All
I think
right,
I think
Sean.
if someone bothers you, it's good to get it out immediately rather than hold it in and steam about it, and then one day they're not even bothering you, and you just start yelling at them for no reason.
Yes, I agree.
Wow, that's very un-Irish of you both.
Yeah. You know
Well,
what
that's
happens?
called growth,
You know what
Jeff.
happens if you don't answer, deal with your emotions immediately? You ask questions on a podcast that says, "Is love infinite?" because you're doubting it yourself.
No.
This vortex.
All right. I feel the focus is on me now.
Oh, you don't like it,
No,
do
it's
ya?
too much. That's not what the podcast is about.
Okay, sorry.
All
Continue.
right, next question. Sean, when you look in a mirror, what's the first thing you notice?
Oh, I noticed that my eyes are two different sizes.
Wow, an answer right off the bat.
I always get fucked up from the fact that I have I don't know what it is. It might be whiskey. I don't know what did it to me, but I full on one of my eyes at certain times of the day or my life have been bigger than the other one.
They change over the course of the day?
I think it can change. It opens.
let's see.
It-
Is the right bigger?
I couldn't tell you right now. I forget.
Tim, am I right?
It's this one.
Yeah.
It's
Right
a little
on.
more open.
Yeah.
I'll never not notice it now.
See, guys, it's really fun to do your podcast.
Thanks, Big Eye.
Thanks for attacking my every part of my being.
Hey, Sean, glance to the right for me.
I have to turn right. Hey, Tim, how are you?
Oh, Jesus.
Stand-up sets that way.
Don't sit on his right.
The room is just set up that way. I look that way.
Yeah, just a bigger fisheye lens on this side. That's where he does his crowd work. Wow, you really went into that one. You knew exactly what it was. Eyes are different sizes. What do I notice? Handsome, I guess.
Oh, God. I have this little thing on my head now. I got this little dot right here. I noticed this dot. I don't know what it is.
Dimple, yeah,
You know what I noticed if I was looking in the mirror if I was you?
No.
Hipster Eric Trump.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I had his money.
I'm sure.
I would buy Bushwick.
Bulldoze it.
Gunner would be his.
Yeah.
I own Bushwick now. Let's see. Oh, all right. What about what music group would you like to be in?
Oh.
Yeah, you get to be in them.
The band.
The
The
band?
band.
Oh, the band.
Also, it's like a time. If I ever was able to have the time travel to a music thing, it would be the last waltz, the last concert of the band.
It's
Band-
really great.
It's fantastic. So the band would be the answer. They were like
What's the band
Bob
song?
Dylan, up on Cripple Creek. Take a load off Fanny, which is called The Weight.
Oh, I know they take off load off Fanny.
Yeah, yeah. They had
You
a
know
bunch-
Up on Cripple Creek, too.
Yeah.
Do I?
Yeah.
Up on Cripple Creek.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
okay.
fantastic. Levon Helm and Robbie Robertson.
What do you? So you'd want to be in the band playing what? What are you doing?
Guitar, because I don't know how to play guitar, so that'd be awesome.
There's guitar in it.
Give Robbie a break.
Oh, yeah.
Robbie, tap out old Donnelly's coming in.
Donnelly's in.
But I still don't learn. I go,
Just start shredding.
yeah, that. But solely so I could be present at that concert.
Just to be at that concert.
Pretty much. It's like
Oh.
80% of the reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Loves the band.
Oh my
For a second, I was like, a band.
Yeah, I know you did that because you go, yeah, band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pick which one?
That's what I'm saying. That's the question.
Say the Doors. What was your pandemic hobby?
I bought a golf a putter and golf balls, and I was putting a lot in my apartment. And then also, but I was after a 6-pack of Modelo and an edible, which is very common.
Fucked up putting.
Just drunk golf
Stuff and putting around your house.
Yeah.
And with me, I used to live with. I don't know if you guys know Robert Dean.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
Bobby
my
D.
Love Dean.
We hung out the whole pandemic. We would drink like fish, and then he would have edibles, and I would do those. And
You just start
it flew by.
I'm John Daly, Robert. Look at me. I'm John Daly in our house. I saw Robert Dean the other week. I missed him because he'd been gone in Connecticut.
He was back and forth for a while. Now he's back in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Was he back in Brooklyn?
Back in Brooklyn.
Hanging out with
Came
him and
back.
Libby.
Oh, yeah?
I missed his gorgeous eyes and his beautiful hair.
He does.
That was always wild
He's
to
a
me.
pretty man. He's
God, he's
beautiful man.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
He is. Pretty eyes,
Yeah.
great head of hair, single. Blows my mind.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's got two. You can't have that many puppets and then also have a girlfriend.
Well, he was dating somebody for a long time. So
Well,
guess-
I don't know.
I don't know if that hypothesis works out.
All right. What about these seasons? You know, summer's ending. We're heading into fall.
Yeah, oh yeah,
You know.
Jeff.
You hear him just trying to sound like
That
a person.
time.
Like
Yeah.
he's trying to. Hey,
Dude, this is-
the seasons.
I think it's,
Humans talk about that, right?
it's less that he's trying to sound like a person and more like an intellectual. Jeff thinks this is like how smart people talk because he hangs out with me and he doesn't understand what actual smart people sound like.
Wait,
NPR.
He hangs out with me and Renan.
Is he Terry Gross?
Yeah.
Wait. So, what is the question about the seasons?
Oh,
What about them?
I was just taking us there. Seasons.
I've realized
where
I'm not a
that-
fan of summer anymore, which I should have realized a long time
Really?
ago. I'm definitely a fall.
The question
even a
is,
winter
what
guy at this
season has got to go?
Summer.
See, he's getting rid of summer.
Fuck summer.
Oh,
Especially in New York, it used to be
It
way
smells so bad.
more. Yes. It's disgusting.
Gets rid of summer. You don't like swimming and having fun in the sun?
I do, but I'm not as much as I like not sweating my balls off on a daily basis.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Hates to sweat. Why do you hate to sweat? Sober you up?
I guess so.
That's pretty good.
That was good, Jeff. That'll be the clip.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, Jeff was very funny in that one.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
All of our clips, it's me being funny.
I'm sure it is.
All right. What about this one?
How many more of these are there?
Oh,
There's like
no, he's
4, I
hating it. Actually, 1, 2, 3 more.
All right, cool.
Look at that. 3 more, and then you get to get out of here. You starting to not like it? It's going to
I'm
give
cool
you a good score.
with
The more uncomfortable you get, the better the score. Where were you when the Challenger exploded?
Oh.
I think I was in school.
Did you watch it on TV?
I have the memory that I was at home and everybody's watching it, and I was home for some reason. But I think I might have been at school and we were watching it there.
Oh, okay. So, school or home?
Does that?
Where are we going? Which one was it?
Wait, how much of a difference would that make?
This is quite. I'm writing it down. It's going into the book.
This is one of those like what are they called?
Berenstain Bears, like a
Yeah, the Mandela effect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Mandela effect. Mhm.
I'll say school because there's no reason why I shouldn't be at school.
At school.
So I think it was a weekday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
so-
a weekday because her class was watching it, and they watched her explode in their class, and they had it on the news.
Yeah.
Of the class watching her explode.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
See, that makes
Yeah.
that's brutal.
You know, it's not
Also,
a vivid.
this podcast is like the Challenger explosion. It's like a person.
Yeah, it's fucking
of comedy.
It's badass. It's cool as hell.
Yep. People remember where they were and they heard it.
I was thinking more just one word disaster.
Let's see. What would you change with extreme wealth?
Oh.
Yeah.
What you mean in the world, or you mean for my life?
What do you do the whole thing? Got
my
$1 billion.
living situation. I would. I don't know. That's a weird question. Not a weird question. It would just be like stuff for myself to change my where I live and what I do, and I would quit comedy immediately so we could stop hanging out.
Oh no, no.
Yeah, that would be the big one. Would be no more stand-up comedy.
No more comedy. He's out. All right, no more comedy.
I love how he's writing down the answers.
Yeah.
Is this going to end up being a manifesto for you?
Yeah.
Now we're gonna sell it on eBay for thousands.
Yeah.
Yep. Which we need somebody to blow up. And let's see here. Last question. All right, final one.
Final one. Here we go.
What stand-ups got you into comedy?
Who are your guys?
Well, it was I was a big Gaffigan fan. I loved Gaffigan. Brian Regan when I was little. I still am a Brian Regan fan. And then I just stayed being into stand-up, and it was like a lot of the tough crowd guys, like Patrice O'Neill and
Okay.
and Colin Quinn and those guys.
Oh, all right. Tough
Yeah.
crowd.
Yeah.
Regan Gaffigan. All right. Great stuff.
Colin Quinn's new thing where he's going block by block in New York and doing the histories of New York on YouTube has been really good.
I haven't seen it.
He does one with one of the gangster's sons in Hell's Kitchen. It's really good.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's fun. All right. Great job. You did the whole thing. Did you want to tell your
Do some
story?
people not answer some of the questions?
Kunal refused a couple.
Did he really?
And he got mad at Jeff.
Yeah. Yep.
Said he wouldn't dog his parents for Jeff's amusement.
He got mad at Jeff?
Yeah.
I can't believe that. How did
Do
that happen?
you want to tell your Jeff psychopath story?
yeah.
Do you want me to tell it?
Sure.
Do you know
what
is?
does it?
It was when I mentioned this guy that I worked with one time
Oh, yeah.
in Ohio. A guy, big, heavy set, plus size guy. just
Sure,
like
yes,
big models.
absolutely.
And the guy it was not a guy. We talked about him for a while, and then so what it was is I did a weekend with him at a casino at Northfield, Ohio. The guy was probably like 600 pounds, and it was a bit of an odd duck. We worked together. Everything was fine. He would do this thing. We would give after every feature set he had, he would give a speech how he almost died in a car accident, and he told God, "Give me one more chance, and I promise, let me start stand up. If you let me live, I'll start stand up and follow my dreams." And that's how he closed it's like a standing ovation.
Yeah, it
All
was
these
always
people
an applause.
Yes, exactly. So the weekend ends. I knew he was from Detroit, and he was from his home club was Mark Ridley's. And we were hanging out once. So I ended up doing Mark Ridley's a couple years or a year after that casino with him. And I see the manager. I go, "Hey, I actually worked with one of your comics once, one of your boys." And I said the guy's name, and he goes, "He ain't one of our boys." And it turns out this guy was putting bathroom cams in like his relatives' like outside like pool bathroom, and then they had a party for like their 4-year-old, and it was discovered then. They don't know if he did it for that or if what it was, and he went to jail. And I told
This is why God let him live?
Yeah, that was his purpose.
I told Jeff the story, and like he was ordering a burger, he goes, "I think he's dead. I think he died in prison." And just walks away. And it wasn't my best friend, but I went like, "Wait, he's dead?" And fuck him if he wasn't doing what he did. But the way that he did it was like with like a Hannibal Lecter like confidence. I'm just like, "Yeah, I think he died in prison." And I went, "What the fuck?" I go, "Jeff," and he just walked away. Like you didn't even. Like, that's the thing. Somebody goes, "I think he's dead." Hey, I want to hear your reaction. That's just normal for you. That's,
let's keep this moving.
That's what it was. I was the flippantness of his response was his statement was, that's what made me be like, "You are out of your fucking mind."
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Carson would have said it the same way.
Oh, wow.
And then you guys would have not gotten a meal together.
Yeah, we would have just housed a plain hot dog and get back to work.
Oh. Lame.
I'm glad I answered all the freaking questions.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
answered all the questions. You were
Man,
great
man.
with the
Some of them
answers.
this is probably the toughest the most judgmental podcast I've ever been on.
Oh, absolutely.
You
It'll
guys
be-
are fucking hardcore. I would love to
Pretty
do my own
good.
version of this with you two. I can only imagine
Pretty
the
good.
skeletons that came out of your
Oh,
closets.
I loved it. Everything was true. You know, you didn't hold back. You even hit the table once. That's good. That's
The only
emotion.
the only
That should be extra
skeleton
points.
left in
That's it.
Jeff's closet is him.
The what?
The only skeleton left in because you're gay.
And he'll never come out. Anyway, you're getting a solid 9 out of 10. You did
Oh,
great.
that's great.
That's a
Yeah,
high
that's
score.
good.
Look at
Yeah,
this.
9 out
Look
of
at the
10.
kid.
Yeah.
Finally passing a test.
Yep. So you get to do your plugs.
Plug it up, Sean.
Plug it
You
up.
know what? I'm not doing them. Fuck you guys. I don't care. I'm gonna hard rock this shit. Yeah, this podcast. Watch this podcast. You want to feel bad about yourself, or feel better about yourself because they're mean motherfuckers. No, I'm kidding. I have a podcast called Brand New Jerks. It comes out every Thursday. I'm at Shawnee Time. I'll be. When does it come out? This episode?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. I'll be around. I'll be in the city. I'm in Vancouver in a couple places, and then Pennsylvania in a couple weeks. But yeah, if you look on my Instagram, you can find all my gigs.
All
That's
right.
it. That's about it.
Great. Wait, what's your Instagram?
At Shawnee Time. SeanyTime.
Shawnee Time. Shawnee Time.
That's what I just said. Yeah.
That's good. And check out the Patreon, patreon.com/tough questions. Check out the Great Hang podcast with me and Micah Fox. And of course, if you are listening to this, I will be in Little Rock, Arkansas, letting Tom Takar headline for me. So if you want, come on out and see us at the Looney Bin in Little Rock and follow me at hot_comic69.
And I'm always at New York Jeffrey.
His new one should be Fat Model.